some Valentine's themes duck nails on my client. Matter of fact, it's actually a set I did on myself last year. So I'm actually juiced to recreate it on somebody else. But I'm gonna do it make it a little bit different. There's some other parts that I didn't use on myself that I'm about to use on you.
I'm cool with it.
Okay, so y'all know we need some gold flakes. And actually, because we have so much, what's this called? So much stuff to encapsulate, I am going to put a separate paper towel over here. Just because I have so much stuff to encapsulate. So the whole nail is basically going to be clear with encapsulated gold flakes and hearts. So I'm going to just start with that much gold flake. If y'all don't know, a little bit go a long way, okay? So I'm just going to tear some of this up a little bit. And then I'll use my brush to make even smaller pieces. But and then let me see. Oh, no. So you scroll down a little bit far on the page then to get to that. Like, did you go down to the Valentine sets from last year?
Yeah, when I see the sets I want, I just screenshot them right away.
Yeah.
And then I have a whole folder in my phone for nail designs that I get from your page, or if I just see something, and I just save it there.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so these are my hearts. I'm gonna add some like little stars too. Boom, and then there are some. Let me see. I got, oh, you know what? Hold on. Because I have other hearts too. I lied. I may actually use these. So this type of stuff you can get off of Amazon. I think I have some stuff on my Amazon storefront. So I'm debating. These are like the similar type of hearts, but these are like more types of sizes in a way. So I may actually use these. Forgot about these. But I'm looking for something very specific. They look like they're like open hearts. Okay, well damn. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna include some of these hearts. I know people be saying like silver and gold don't go, but period. I don't give a fuck. It's gonna be cute. Night. Cause they're open. Like, look how adorable. Can y'all see that? Look how adorable these are. And then I'm gonna add some stars. Probably some. I'm gonna actually do silver stars. These are like multicolored. You know what? It's fine. And I'm debating on. Okay, so these hearts, y'all, the store that I had got them from, they don't exist anymore. But this is what they look like, and I think I'm just gonna do this because there's not that many colors in here more that I would want. Maybe some red. So we're gonna pour out some of this. Oh, and you see they have like what is that called? There's like some of these like little clear ones back here too. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah. There's like so many different types in there, so we're gonna use this assortment. Boom. And if you are interested in buying these, like I said, I think I have some on my Amazon storefront. Y'all leave me a comment if you think. I'm not gonna lie, there's like so much supplies out there that I'll be wanting to kind of sell. Like, I don't know if you guys have noticed, there's a lot of like online stores that either no longer exist anymore, or places that just don't sell exactly what you need. You feel me? So I've been thinking about it for a couple of years. And then like the nail tips that I use, I've been thinking about selling those as well. So I don't know, y'all let me know what you feel. Okay, let's get the liquid out. So we're gonna be using Young Nails. Y'all, this is literally my favorite. Oh shit. And I dropped the cap. Oops. I can't get it. Okay. Was that a sneeze?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's good. Oh, you're laughing at me. Okay. Got it. All right. gum. And then we're going to use Young Nails Core Clear. Darkwood, you said, those are so cute. Yes, to a storefront or something, definitely. A lot of manufacturers are going out of business. That's why we can't find stuff anymore. Okay, if you guys don't already, go to my nail page and follow it, Nails by PrettyFace, because I'm already offering $10 classes, like virtual classes. They are group classes. I have one coming up this Tuesday, and it's going to be about French tips. So I'm going to be doing that. So keep up with my page because I have a lot of stuff. I'm really trying to revamp this year, and I feel like there are certain things that I feel like I'm being pushed to do, because even in my own circumstances, there are things in my local nail supply stores that I have found certain like manufacturers or found certain like bulk items, like my nail files and stuff, that I'm just thinking about selling. My nail tips, you guys know I use curved tips. I'm thinking about selling those as well. So if you guys are actually interested, shoot me a message on Instagram, Nailsbyprettyface, and let me know. I do have a broadcast channel, so tap in with that because I do ask a lot of questions and connect with people that way, because I am seriously thinking about it. Okay, guys, so this is the supplies that we got going on. Like, look how pretty that is. Like, period. So basically, it's very easy. Well, it doesn't matter. They're gonna see both hands anyways. So I just like lay down clear like this. You want it to be watery because you need everything to like stick. And like I said, I've done this set before last year, but I'm going to do it a little bit different because why do the same things every year, right? So I'm going to lay down some gold in some areas where I want it to be, just to start off. And then I'm going to take some hearts and we're just going to, you know, get us a little setup. And every time I need like a new area of like, okay, I want something to stick, we're going to do that. Just lay some down. Lay it on to you. And then we have some stars. And I feel like sets like this, they'd be so easy. They'd be so easy and cute. And I like really chunky gold pieces. Again, I know we got gold and silver on the same set, but y'all, I don't care. That if it's cute, it's cute, you know. And you guys say happy birthday to my client. Happy birthday. And you guys, she is such a good client. She's been with me for a little while now. And I have nothing but good things to say about her. She's a good client. Longhorn, you should do longer duck nails on yourself. You know what's funny? I don't actually like extendo duck nails because to me, they just look extremely, they don't look flared enough. Like, I've done it on my friends, but I just like the regular full tip length, if that makes sense. Something about it, it just doesn't appeal to me. I don't know about you, because how you feel, because you wear ducks too.
I always like longer, but sometimes with my boys, they do too much stuff that I have to take them off of stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I did that longer last time. One time when I had a feel, they were longer, and I feel like I had more breaks or like ripping of a nail.
Yeah, I just think like long duckies, there's just not enough flair in them to me personally. So I don't really do them like as long as I would do square. But that's just out of personal preference. Like something about it just, I don't know. So I'm just filling in some of these gaps with very chunky like gold flake. And you just want to see like, okay, does this seem like it makes sense structurally? And honestly, I don't really like it right there. I actually want like a really thick patch. Thicker patch down here. Boom. People have like really been liking the gold flakes, or maybe I'm just putting gold flakes on people, so that's why I'm like, everybody's liking it. Maybe it's me.
It reminds me of those nuggets back in the 90s.
Absolutely. And then y'all know me, I like to just do a light like wet layer of clear on top to hold everything in place. Because if you don't do this, your sequins, they're gonna move around a lot. And then boom, we got already one nail. Look at that, y'all. Look at how it's blinging.
Oh, that's cute.
Right? So we're gonna do a little wet layer, and then we're gonna go in. Now this time I'm actually gonna see if I like it better. Like normally I put the gold flakes down last, so that's what I'm gonna do this time. I'm gonna see if I actually like it better with the gold flakes down last, and we're gonna see how that goes. So you know, sometimes just you be trying different stuff just to see what you do or don't like, and I'm probably gonna continue like this because this is just my preferred method. You're my best friend. Oh, where are you guys from? Where's everybody from? Because we're in California, and it seems like I get a lot of people that are not West Coast. That's what type of people be watching my stuff. Don't. Ooh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure they messed up. Yeah, they stuck. I'm from Michigan, LOLC. I knew it. Yeah, right, I know, huh? So once I get stuff to where I like it, you know, just lay a little more like wet layer on top so nothing moves around. And it don't even have to be like you're actually encapsulating. Is there more than one? Sometimes they play around. Okay. Again, just so they don't move, but you want to make sure this layer is nice and flat though. I think I'm gonna add some more gold. Oh, that's cute. Boop, like this. And I'll be honest with you, if you do not keep your brush like the perfect amount of wet versus dry, it ain't gonna work. So then I pretty much play a game of going like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Cause I don't want to like waste time by like, let me do all this and then go back and encapsulate. So that's why I lay down the little slip layers, so that way I can encapsulate as I please. So yeah, just like the, oh, you know what, let me kick on the heater. So yes, you guys, follow me on Instagram, Nailsbyprettyface. Join my broadcast channel. It's right like underneath my bio. We have a grand old time in there. Actually, you in it. Y'all, some of my clients be in it. There's like other nail techs in it, and we be asking questions. We be sharing stories. Matter of fact, I need to go in and add the little question for today. What do you think it should be? So I think the last thing I asked, I know I asked like what's y'all's like nail styles and inspos. I know we did like a story time. I think I did what will make you not go to somebody or accept a client. What else?
I have no idea.
Oops.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. How about, dang, I don't want to say like maybe worst nail experience.
I was just thinking.
Yeah, huh?
But I was like, did we ask a question like that?
Yeah, worst nail experience. Okay, maybe that'll be the question for today. So if you guys want to participate in the prompt, I guess the question might be worst nail experience. Dang, I just got heck hungry. Okay. Boom. Encapsulated. So you guys can see already we got that going. And then because now this one is dry, we can encapsulate. And then we'll do 2 more, and we just continue on like that. These type of sets are very easy, although I will say, as a beginner, I loved doing these types of sets because I feel like they're easy, but structurally and you know, time wise, oh, they used to kick my ass something fierce. It used to take me so much time to do these because figuring out encapsulating and doing stuff in like less beads as possible, it's not a game. Encapsulating with 1 bead, but it just takes time and it takes decent product, I'll tell you that much. Like, I probably could do this stuff with crappy stuff because, you know, like, I have the experience, but it does help to have a system that you like working with. And I like working with Young Nails, honey. I like their clear. I do not use speed products because how you gonna tell me how much time I got to work? Y'all, she's trying to hold her laughter. You go. She's trying to hold her laughter so bad. But it's true. One time I used some fucking speed clear on accident. I did not know, cause so I had to go to Cosmoprof. If y'all aren't familiar with that, it's basically like a it's not even a nail supply. It's like a professional like salon supply, and they have hair stuff, you know, a baby little nail section. So in emergency purposes, if I need something, they be open at 8 a.m. right? Okay, went in there. I had to grab some C&D. Now, C&D is a cool brand. However, they are expensive. They're very pricey. They're professional, and honestly, regular people is probably not going to be able to buy them. Like, you could buy other stuff. So I grabbed some powder because I'm out of clear. Normally, I might get their they have like retention liquid. I think they have like a retention powder, whatever. There's one powder that, whatever the name is, it doesn't necessarily say speed. So I was using it. Child, let me tell you, I was very, very confused. I was like, why is this stiffening up almost immediately? And then I took a closer look, baby. That shit was speed as hell. Them nails was so lumpy, bumpy. And this wasn't even like in my beginning time. This is probably like maybe I was in this room. So maybe 2021, 2022 type. Yeah, me and my client, I was crying inside. Actually, on the outside, because I was telling her, like, girl, I don't know what's going on. It's inappropriate. I couldn't take it.
You had to probably fix all of it, too.
They were so lumpy and bumpy that the amount of time it took to fix, I honestly, I was at a loss of words. I was like, there's just no way that this is how, this is way too many like little yellow ones. I was like, there's just no way I'm getting played like this.
Oh my God,
and the fact that it was on accident. Hey, Riri. Everybody, Riri said, hey, y'all. Riri, tell my client happy birthday.
Thank you guys for the birthday wishes.
I know, all the girlies on here is so nice. What the? I don't want the little, okay, whatever. Okay, this one just, she don't want to let go at all. How are you? I'm good, boo. How are you? I was just telling the people that I am debating kind of starting like a little online supply store, because I have so many things and sequins and stuff that I can definitely sell. And you guys know, like, I'm a very, very big on affordability. And so many other like supplies and stuff, online stores, they've closed. They have Clayton Salmon. Are you single? I am not, Clayton. I'm not. But yeah, so I was telling him that I'm seriously considering this. I've been thinking about it for a number of years, and I've kind of been too scared to do it, because I feel like, she said, I'm good, just chilling. I feel like every time I be trying to do stuff like that, there's like so many other bigger people out there. Riri said, Clayton, she's my wife. Well, you heard her. She trying to claim me, y'all. That reminds me of the when I was in BJ's yesterday, Beyonce came on. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. I was at the table like, oh.
It's true though.
Distracting myself from the fact that my food never came. But yeah, you guys will let me know. Because every time I be trying to, like I said, every time I be seriously trying to consider doing stuff like that, because you guys know, like, I'm kind of like a more OG style tech. Like, I've been doing stuff before COVID. I've worked in nail shops. I've done all type of stuff. And there's just, Riri, you're my wife too.
Maybe you should sell those clips.
I know, I used to make them and stuff. It's just because like certain supplies, they come and go, especially on Amazon during COVID. That's why like my cuticle pins and stuff, like I kind of had to stop making those too because stuff was kind of scarce. And like the stuff that I was using, I couldn't kind of get no more. I was like, what the? So I don't want to say I kind of gave up, but low key, I was kind of getting pissed off. So that's one of my other goals. Like I need to get back into that because it was a hit. My little cuticle pins was a hit. So mama, I'm a hustler, baby. Come here, daddy. Come here, daddy. Everybody, I could put to this. Girl, please. Riri, marry me and her too? Okay, Clayton, I don't know what you got going on, sir. I'm just here to provide tutorials, man. Entertainment. This is so cute. Honestly, I actually love doing encapsulated stuff.
Do most of the people like the designs and stuff?
Yeah, a lot of people are into nail art right now. Oh, Ruby put a skull and crossbones, Clayton. I do not think she wants to marry you, sir. And that's on my behalf too, because I don't know what you got going on, what type of freaky stuff you got going. Actually, if you want to marry Riri, you got to send her 1,000 and me too. Riri, put your Cash App on. Put your Cash App on, Clayton. If that's really what you want to do, you gotta pay the dowry. She said, not gonna lie, I need to do my nails. LMAO. She said, nah, I got a bed and a child. Oh, period. See, okay. Sometimes I can see. Sometimes these type of hearts, they get like tracked into each other, and I can see that they're like doubled up. Boom. See. There was another one I had seen like that, and I just couldn't fix it. I just didn't care. Have you ever done encapsulated clay pieces? They got these little XOXO ones. Now, there's certain things I have not encapsulated. I've been wanting to try and do that. I mostly use sequins because they're flatter. So I would say you could easily find XOXO stickers or things like that. Because the only thing with like pieces that might be like bulky and stuff is just the simple fact of the nail might be kind of on the thicker side, obviously, and then like having to understand how to encapsulate things, if that makes sense. Like when you're encapsulating like bulky stuff, some stuff it just don't lay on the nail. Like you got to add more clear, you got to lay it down a certain way, like the polymer clay ones. Yeah, I haven't personally done that, but yeah, I would say just probably find some sequins. Like go on Amazon and look up XOXO because they have them, and then they'll be way flatter because once everything's encapsulated, it's all gonna look like this, you know. And then I just like to examine to see like if the thickness of the gold is what I like. I always wonder when people watch me do like clients' nails, like even though y'all ask for certain stuff, I wonder do people be like, when am I gonna ask for y'all input? You guys, I promise my clients they will let me know when they don't like something. Do not let her fool you. She is not shy. She's trying to hide her laughter because she thinks we be very professional over here, which is a doggone lie. I keep seeing her hide her face. She tried not to bust out laughing. About revenge.
Also, this baby's doing somersaults.
Oh, is she?
And I'm like, ooh, you make it feels gross.
Yeah, okay. If you need a little break, stretch your legs or something. You guys, she is, what, 32 weeks?
Yes.
Yeah. She's 32 weeks, you guys. So, not only is it birthday season for her, it is baby season, straight up.
Shoot.
Someone says, I got 2 nail collabs due this month. Oh, snap. Good luck to you, darling. You guys, if you already don't follow me, Nails by Pretty Face, follow me. Join the, I said join the collab. Join the broadcast channel, you guys, because we be in there having a good old time. Okay, now we're going to encapsulate this one. Now, my next client, I think, is at 210. Oh, hell no. 410. I was about to say, it is 249. So, you guys can see what... We've been on here for about 26 minutes. So, sets like these obviously take more time. If it was like a regular application, I would try and keep it between 7 to 10 minutes per hand. Or, honestly, yeah. If they're hella short, 5. But, like... typically 7 to 10 minutes for just a plain background, but stuff like this, you gotta hand pick stuff, you know. So it hasn't quite been full 26 minutes because I had to get my supplies set up, but stuff like this, I personally prefer to get it done in, like, I don't know, 30 minutes per hand, and that's accounting for all types of designs. And if the encapsulation go wrong, you gotta fix some stuff. And y'all know, when you encapsulate, get in all them nooks and crannies, or you're gonna regret it. I promise, you really will, because you're gonna be filing later on like, what the fuck, really. Yeah, that's so cute. It's making me think back to my old set.
Yeah, these are cute.
They are hecka cute.
Yeah, this is my first time doing a Valentine set.
I was just thinking that. I'm like, I don't think you really did one last year, did you?
Nope.
No. No. Y'all know I like a very wide flare. So we make sure these corners is not cut. We like to keep them intact so that they don't look like some sort of weird square hybrid. Boom, boom, boom. Make sure you get all up in there. Ooh, wee. So instead of like encapsulating this one as, just look at this, y'all. Do y'all see that shine? Do y'all see that? Period. I'm gonna do the thumb so that way I have something to go back to while the thumb dries. You know what I'm saying? So. Ah, fuck.
Be careful.
I just hit my head. Damn. You guys keep a counter every time the camera bounces. That means I hit my head. So that's already one. We're gonna keep track, cause.
Are you laughing because you'll post stuff where your powder spilled on the floor?
You know what? It's hecka crazy. I was gonna make a post today about this. Happened a while ago and I forgot to post it. My nail tips they fell and got all mixed up, and it was in front of a client right as I was about to do nails. I was like,
oh,
I just started laughing. I was like, I'm finna cry, I think, but I don't really know.
And you gotta throw all that away.
Absolutely. Don't you pick up no nail tips off the floor and read.
I think I've seen that before when I used to go to nail shops. I could have sworn I've seen somebody drop something like that.
You probably have. They're contaminated now, so they have all sorts of
dust and other stuff.
Absolutely. Oh. Absolutely. Okay. So you guys see how I am making good use of my gold plates, because a lot of times when you lay them down, there's like more to it than what you think. You feel me? Like, so even though it looks like kind of like, oh, there's nothing there, sometimes it just needs to be moved around because they be balled up, kind of. So this is why I kind of, before I start, I use my brush in my hand to move them around. So you guys can see, like, it looks small, but then upon moving it around like this, it's kind of expanding. It's because it's like rolled up on it. So, and you will also get the best look to your gold flake if you kind of play with them a little bit like that and they open up, because then they'll look less wrinkly. So that's just like a little tip for you if you ain't already know. Now you know. I remember, like, back in the day, I used to try and glue all this stuff down. Do not do that. You're wasting your time. Really.
Probably stick to your fingers and everything.
It sticks to everything. I used to try and use, like, a cuticle pusher and stuff. Like, no. Don't. What the? Why is this all? I'm gonna do one of these. Clayton, talk about, is there any single girls in here? Clayton, we have already discussed this, sir. It does not seem like it is gonna go in that manner. Okay. I don't even know why you in here, man. This is not the wrong plate. I mean, this is the wrong place to be looking for some, you know what. Down. Boom, and then guess what? Period. And for reference, y'all, my brush size is literally a size 20. You can do the 1 bead method like this with other size brushes. I used to have a 16 at one point. I used to have a 14 at one point. You can do it, but just know the bigger size the brush, the more liquid you can hold, which means the more powder you can hold. And if you can, like, master your liquid to powder ratios, that's really what's going to improve you in the nail game. Because, like, not to be funny, I see a lot of people using, like, very, very tiny small beads, and that's why it takes a lot of people a lot of time. Like, that's fine if that's the only method that works for you, but just know, like, mentally you do have to, like, prepare yourself of, like, okay, I'm going to try something different. I'm going to make this work. I'm going to practice on clients. Like, you have to, like, actively put some effort into it if you want to improve on things like speed. Like, some stuff got to get changed, you know? Because, like, imagine how much longer it would take if I was still trying to do, like, the 3 bead method, trying to encapsulate. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. Like I was saying, it's just certain things can be done in a little bit more efficient manner. So, you know, if you guys are open to learning more about that, let me know. I got you. And being able to encapsulate in 1 bead in which the structure is correct. You know, that's also a talent. People say that, like going as slow as possible, or like, oh, you know, taking your time is a talent, but do not be scared to want to go faster, because also being able to work in other speeds and still get done with the same quality is also a flex. Okay. Paranea Enterprises says, that's my downfall, is timing. Yeah, you have to actively watch the clock and think, okay, if I normally do ombre sets in X amount of time, okay, today I'm going to try and shave 5 minutes off. And so typically the thing of where you're going to improve timing and get better is going to be doing things like, okay, are you laying down a layer of clear before you, okay, that's 2 times. I don't know who's keeping count. I just smacked my shit again. It's like doing things like, are you laying clear down before you like even start the design? If so, it's not necessary. Not only does it not actually do anything for your retention, you guys, because your retention is your retention, but also it's not keeping nails from being stained, okay? Because if you soak off properly, you will be able to remove the staining during the prep period. And then things like, are you encapsulating your colors? Because if you're encapsulating your colors, then guess what? You don't have to. If you're using the correct amount of acrylic and you're using the correct products, you will not have to give the color strength, if that makes sense. So eliminating stuff like that can already help you. Are you, after you file, are you going around with acetone in the cuticle? Like, you know, like certain things that are just like little hacks and stuff to like, oh, let's make it easier, let's make it fail proof. If you just kind of follow the actual steps for the full set process and master those steps rather than trying to throw in other things to make you feel more secure, you will cut down on timing and you will actually be able to get better at the skills, you know, if that makes sense. Like, not to down anybody's process, but when I was first starting, I always assumed like, look at this person does this, look at this person does that. And sometimes it's more so about trying things for yourself and not just doing everything that you see is trendy.
That's good advice.
Well, thank you. Because I used to, like, when I first started doing nails and I was out of school, I was so scared of everything breaking that I would encapsulate everything in clear too, right? And then back in like 2019 is where the myth of, well, if you lay clear down first, that's going to make the nails better, right? So I was doing that. I was already taking a long time. And then just one day I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, not only do I have to buy these products more often, because now I'm using them to encapsulate everything, but then also like it's affecting how thick the nails are, because like now I don't know how to use colored products good because I'm so used to putting a tiny little thin layer and then I'm going back around and adding clear for, you know, it's a lot. And so I decided one day, like, I'm not doing that shit no more. Like, I'm kind of tired of that. It's making everything take extra longer. If you don't match up the cuticles right with the first product you lay down and the second you lay down, like, that shit is trash, you know? So one day I stopped and then I realized, hey, nobody's nails are breaking any more or any less doing this process. Like, the reason why they were breaking is because my structure isn't good. It doesn't matter if I encapsulate it or not. Like, I need to better my structure. Like, my apex needs to sit right, or the nails are just too thick overall, or, oh, the nails are too thin, you know? And then I stopped getting scared and realizing, like, okay, the more I was practicing, my retention was getting better and less people were breaking nails. And guess what? It did not matter that I was encapsulating everything. It just was understanding how product works and understanding the structure of nails, you know? So I feel like I just kind of went on a tangent, but there goes some free advice for whoever needed it today, I guess you could say. Because I'll be honest, I don't even know what the... Oh, dang. All that to talk about timing. So anyways, if you want to improve your time, those are the things that you're going to have to think about. Does this step really serve me? Like, I personally don't dehydrate and use primer.
Oh, yeah, those are good.
Right? Ain't they fly?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm clean, though.
Yeah.
So I stopped. I'm gonna give my brush a little break because when you're encapsulating a lot, sometimes stuff gets stuck. So I'm gonna pop it in some acetone. Sometimes I use brush cleaner, and then after a while, when the brush cleaner is dirty, like, I'll mix it with acetone and then I'll get rid of it. This is straight acetone. Don't let nobody tell you, like, oh, acetone ruins your brush. Y'all, it really don't. And that's coming from a person who has been doing nails since before there was any real nail videos and shit, okay? When Instagram was not showing nails and shit, so. And then I'm gonna put in a little bit more liquid. So the time is 3:01, so we have like an hour and 10 before my next client to do all this, and, you know, we'll be done way before that. Watch, I promise. Y'all, the GOAT. If anybody ever wanted to send me some shit, somebody find me a case of these, you can send them to me. Okay. Please and thank you. But yeah, when you're thinking about timing and structuring your appointments. Oh hell no! He said I'm addicted to the Red Bull. Please, please, get on him, cause you don't know my business. Yeah, well, why that's my man in the comments? Get out of here. Get out of my business. You see that, Clayton? My man is here, so you better stop all that marriage talk. Talking about isn't any girl single. He gonna get on you, but I promise he won't get on you if you just send 1K to my Cash App. My boyfriend, he will leave you alone. I believe it's what is it, PrettyFace P with 2 Y's or something like that. So Clayton, if you send 1 rack, I promise.
You remind me of the Clayton from Tarzan. That was messing with the gorillas. Clayton.
I promise you, Clayton, there will be no problems if you just go ahead and send that 1 band. They're cute, right? That gold and silver, even though it's like people think it don't go, it do. It really do.
It's cute.
Okay. So you guys, look, she nice and good. You're going to leave for the man trying to give you cases of Red Bull for your addiction. Okay, bye. So you see that, Clayton? Now he on my ass. So you gotta just send that $1,000. $1,000, Clayton. Let me. Hey. So also, do not be trying to fool with these gold flakes purely with your hands. It's not the nature of them. Please. So I learned the trick of like using my brush, the end of my brush, to like rip stuff apart. Cause I found that it just works better that way. And that was something that I just learned along the way. Because I'm like, okay, I'm trying to glue this stuff. It's not working. Like, just, the learning process. I don't know what y'all's was like. Just over time, but please. Don't. When you, parked today, did you find like a good spot? I kind of had to park.
No, I had to park all the way in the back.
Okay. I wasn't like all the way in the back, but like going towards like the second row by like the clinic or whatever.
No, I was all the way in the back.
Yeah.
Now, you know those trucks are parked on the side? I had to go all the way, like the last row.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you went on that side, yeah. Yikes. I just happened to see it too. I was like, okay. But then again, I did get here. I mean, I must have came like at a decent time because honestly, you're my first person.
Oh, I am? Oh, that's usually sometimes it is.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, probably the fact that I got here 10 minutes before the appointment.
Okay.
Maybe did something.
Yeah, because usually when I do make my appointments at 12:35, most of the time I do have to park in the back. Mm-hmm. Except for that one time I came, there was one at the front. But other than that, I always have to park. If it's not the very last row, it's the middle row before the last row.
I mean, especially because you be coming on Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And maybe it's busier because it's closer to Valentine's Day, so maybe people are starting.
That is probably true. That's true. So good. Hey. No. All right, let me get some more. Y'all will not believe how long I've had these gold flakes. I've had them for years. This little baggie has lasted me years. Because every time I need some, I just like take out one piece and I just cut it up into so many little pieces. And it works so well. Now, I never use the silver. They have silver flakes. Yeah, they have silver flakes. Okay, I don't use them. It just reminds me of aluminum foil. Like, I'm sure they come out nice and have their purpose. Probably for, like, what do you call them? Maybe, like, winter type sets, you know?
Mm-hmm. But I'm like, I'm sure you could use aluminum foil and cut it up and pour something.
Oh man, that would just be
yeah.
Look all snap crackle pop. That's the sauce. Always will. So remember, if you get like close to the cuticle, you don't want to leave it like a thick layer of clear. You want to like disperse it and tuck it into the cuticles, because otherwise when you go and encapsulate or do whatever, you're gonna be having problems working around that. Like if I were to let it dry like humped up like this, it would be difficult for me to encapsulate this close to the cuticle. See how there's a rim? It would be difficult to encapsulate that close to the cuticle, because what will happen is I'll have to try and thin out the acrylic really close to the cuticle area, but then also work over that hump, and you will end up with unevenness that may show through the nail. So yeah.
There's probably no amount of filing that will fix that.
No, because you'll end up one area you won't be able to get thin enough, and the other area will be too thick. So yeah, you're correct.
Because I remember years ago, people always had a myth, oh, you could just file it out. But I'm like, at some point,
some stuff you cannot, and that's what makes it hard. Like when you're a beginner, is the fact of, yeah, some stuff you cannot file out. Some mistakes are made in a way that it's like, okay, there's nothing I can do about this. I gotta take my L, and this nail just gonna be uneven. Okay, what's up, you guys? If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe. Follow my my Instagram page, Nailsbyprettyface. Join my broadcast channel so we could connect. You know, all of the things. Let me see that hand right quick. Okay, you can have it back. Yeah, all the things. I am having a like a little French tip online class on Tuesday for $10. There's only 7 spots, so these are pretty already. Thank you. 9 infinite blessings. Thank you, doll. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, y'all don't be scared to talk. We talk back over here. We don't bite back. We have the gift of gab in my in my nail studio. 9 infinite blessings said, you're welcome. Nah, for real, they are. Thank you, Riri. What'd you say, boo?
Do you guys always get like random guys that come in here and be trying to...
No.
Okay.
Riri said, I love her sets. Thank you, darling. Appreciate you, for real. No, we do not get that type of stuff in the chat. I don't know what Clayton on. Okay. But Riri said, of course. So I would say today we are working at just like a leisurely pace, because I know I have so much time, if that makes sense, that, you know, I can kind of kick back, which is good, because my right arm, she is not well, you guys. I really need to go get a massage, but I've honestly been putting it off for months. That's not good, but it is what it is. You know what I want? I want to go get some seafood, bro. Okay, remember how I told you guys, like, if I were to let it be bulky in the cuticle area, it would have been bad. So look, you see in the cuticle area here how like I flattened out, you can't even see. Okay, F it. Well, I flattened out the acrylic and dispersed it, so now when I go in, everything is going to lay, like, there's not going to be no lumps or bumps to fight with. Everything is going to lay fine, and I can just start tucking the cuticle area as normal. If I would have left it a bump, what would have happened is I wouldn't be able to get into the cuticle area as well, and then the apex would not be flush. You know, like, it would have been a huge bump starting there. But y'all can see from the side, it's not like that, so it works. I should send your ass with bumpy nails. Last step before the baby. Let's do it wrong. That would be so messed up if I did that. Your mom would be cussing me out. on your behalf. And your sister would be like, see, told you them platypus nails is ugly. You finally got what you...
But no, hopefully I'll be able to get my nails done again before the baby. But if not, at least my nails will keep.
That's true. Yes, y'all. These might be her push nails. So I don't know what y'all encapsulation process looked like, but I know I was juiced the day I realized the underneath was clean and the structure was right, like off one beat. I was like, oh yeah, price is going up. That was like one of the first things that made me like raise my prices. Because I was like, ain't no way we this efficient over here. And I'm still doing encapsulated sets for $60, which is why I pushed them hoes up to 85 plus. Because y'all see all this work. I'm trying to find me a song. Okay, here we go.
Has anybody ever got like a weird encapsule?
Like what I put in their nails was weird. Honestly, no. It's mainly sequins. Okay. But I will say there was one time somebody asked me to encapsulate some snake skins. Oh. And they asked me this on DMs. It's like, hi, you know, this might sound weird, but I was just trying to figure out, do you think you could put some snake skins in my nails? She's like, my snake have shedded, and I just really want his clippings or whatever that shit called. I just really want it in my nails. I said, look, baby girl, I can definitely do my best, but also at the same time, I do not know what effects these chemicals have, and if these clippings or whatever the hell is close to your heart, I just can't promise that they're not going to be disintegrated, because what the hell? So I said, you're gonna have to proceed with caution, because some shit we can just leave alone.
And she said never mind.
Yeah, I think she's like, okay, thank you for letting me know. She probably asked someone else to do it. Now I don't know any techs out here that's doing stuff like that. That stuff you'll see on Instagram, because people are trying to, you know, get their low clout and stuff. But like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I don't know what effect that is going to have on your natural nails of having shed animal skins. So there's certain stuff that I be telling people like, that's not a good idea, or oh, you know, I just wouldn't recommend that, because I can't tell you over the weeks what is going to happen to you, because I don't know anything about fucking snakes or their skins.
My brother has a snake and he sheds, and every time it sheds, he gives it to my 10-year-old son.
Oh. And
he likes it, and he just has it hanging around in our entertainment center. I'm like,
ew.
I don't really like the idea.
Right. Someone said, and I didn't bump my head, I'm looking at the comments. Someone said they got foils. Oh, Dark Witchy said they got foils for snakeskin designs, look pretty realistic. Yeah, I actually do have foils, like snakeskin foils, but I honestly feel like when people ask for shit like that, it gotta be for a more personal reason. You know, they seen someone else do it, and it's like, oh, you know, my snake is so close to my heart. I want him with me and on me. And I'm just not into that sort of thing. Same way someone asked me to encapsulate Fruity Pebbles. I don't know if y'all remember the trend of people doing stuff like that, of encapsulating food into their nails. I never hopped onto that trend, because I can tell you right now, I personally knew like, that's just not safe, because you know, food over time, food rots, and nobody really talks about that type of thing. So I had told her, I was like, you know, I have like a lot of different types of sequins and items that we can mimic the look of Fruity Pebbles, maybe, and like give you that feeling. Food, skins, and hair, all that is a no. Thank you. It's like sanitation wise, no. But yeah, people forget, like, you're asking for like organic items to be placed into chemicals, which most of them are gonna die, or something's gonna happen to them. So yeah, stuff like that, I be telling people no. And then once I tell them why, they're typically like, okay, that makes sense, you know. Dark, what you said. I mean, I like the Dum Dum wrapper trend, but I don't know about that either. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Things like wrappers and plastics, that's not too different from sequins and things. But of course, if you do things wrong, then that's gonna have a negative effect. But it's just the fact that, like, you know, they have to come off of the lollipops and stuff, so that's where it's kind of like, eh. But, like, if it's on the tip of the nails, you know, cool. But, like, once you start putting stuff, like, on the actual natural nail part, that's where I'm kind of like, nobody ever, if you think about it, nobody ever shows what that stuff looks like after 4 weeks. So that's why, I think we was talking about earlier, I was like, you know, people do stuff for clout and do stuff for trends. A lot of them type of nails, you know, they might get soaked off the next day. They might get popped off, all that sort of stuff. So, you know, imagine if you have like a bunch of people out there who they don't really have a nail background. You know, they're practicing, and then that practice turned into like, oh, I do nails now, which is not a problem. It just only becomes a problem when there are practices being done that aren't sanitary or safe. So, like, although some stuff is fun to look at, you kind of have to be like, is this something that should be done? Like, is this okay to do? Yeah, most of those sets are for shock value. Exactly.
I saw somebody that did something with a winky on there, and he had like some cream, whatever, coming out of it. And I was like, I don't think that that's a great idea because that looks like food, but I don't know. I'm just like,
yeah, there's a lot. It's a lot of stuff going on in some of these cases. Definitely. But so that's why there's certain things, like when I make posts or talk about certain things, it's never to like put anyone down, but it's just to kind of like inform people that a lot of stuff that's seen on Instagram, if you think about it, that's not stuff that you're seeing on, you know, in real life or seeing people walk around with. You know, it's like Dark Witchy said, this is for shock value, this is for clout, this is for, you know, people doing the most extreme things so they can get seen, you know, which is fine. But I'm just not one of those techs that's going to put that stuff above the health and wellness of your stuff. Dark Witchy said, my biggest pet peeve is those polygel nail videos and the nails aren't even fully cured. That's crazy because we were literally just talking about some stuff like that earlier. I had posted on my story a couple weeks back, or the other week, whatever, and it was basically somebody was saying, it was a girl, she was saying that she did some press-ons on herself, like, and she's not a nail tech, she's just, you know, a regular person. And I guess what happened is she ended up in an emergency room. She said it's like contact dermatitis and chemical burns waiting to happen. Yep, that's what happened to her. She ended up having to go to the emergency room because she did not realize that, I guess she was using some sort of gel glue. I personally don't use products like that. But she did not realize that it was not fully cured through the press-on or whatever. And she ended up going to the emergency room with chemical burns, and unfortunately she developed an infection. It's like all her nails are fucked, and then on top of that they're not healing. So it's kind of like, damn, she kind of screwed herself. And I was after like weeks. Riri, I do polygel and I get paranoid, so I cure it a little longer to make sure it's cured. Yeah, that's always a good idea. I just personally would never advise anyone to be curing gel through like acrylic press-ons. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's what happened. I think she had some really long acrylic press-ons and she used some sort of gel product to use to adhere the press-ons, and just unfortunately it was not cured long enough. And what clients don't understand, and like regular people, is that Dark Witchy said, yes, you can only use Gel X glue on clear unpainted nails. When I do, I cure for 3 minutes. Yeah, exactly. And I don't even use those products, but my whole thing is like, typically when people are using gels to adhere, like Gel X and things like that, the tips are clear. You know, like everything is see-through, so that way stuff can penetrate through. But again, that's like a user error, somebody who not quite understanding kind of like the basic knowledge and just kind of like, oh, I'm gonna just do this on myself. Well, you know, no big deal. Except for it's not a big deal until it is. And based on what I seen, did not look like her nails were gonna be healing no time soon. Because she had to go through already like 3 rounds of antibiotics and she still wasn't fully healed. So I don't know. I was like, ooh. Well, that's really unfortunate, very painful. Her nails were literally I can't even explain. I'm trying to, my client knows exactly what I'm talking about because she's seen it. Because literally,
the best I can explain is like an anthropology perspective. It's like her nails were like decaying, like a person that had been dead. Not the skin was live, but it was like the nails looked like somebody that had been dead for a while.
Yeah, like mummified or something.
Yeah, they were decaying.
Yeah, they just weren't doing well at all.
No.
Which is unfortunate, and so that's why I personally like to talk to people and not like do nail education as a way to like teach people, oh, you can do this and you can make money, but to like show people like what can actually happen. And it's crazy because like so many people just tell me like, oh, you know, the stuff you're talking about, anyone could just Google XYZ, but it's just like, well then, how come people are not like, and I'm gonna encapsulate this one. It's very unfortunate. Dark Witchy said, sounds like it's going to be a long healing journey. Finger wounds are the worst. People definitely need to be careful. Yeah. It was to the point, like, some of her fingernails are, like, half gone. They're not all there. They are,
Yeah, I don't even think, it looks like, I'm not even sure they're going to grow back.
Yeah, and that's another thing. People don't understand. Nails do not have to grow back. It could be your first injury or it could be your 15th. We are not in control. Nails grow from a place that we can't even see. They grow from under here in this area, from the matrix and the mantle. And when your nails incur certain types of damages, sometimes they do not recover. And for her, unfortunately, I'm not sure. I don't want to say it would be a miracle if they do. But just based off what I've seen and the fact that, like, she's gone through so many rounds of antibiotics and to still have these infections and, you know, the burns look a little bit better and everything, but it's just, she didn't unlock a whole different part of her journey.
I wonder if it got in her bloodstream somehow.
It can, you know, infections can do that. Dark Witchy says, some people don't think to Google things like this, and a lot of stuff would think it's common sense. Yeah. Now, Dark Witchy, I'm not sure if you're licensed or not, or who else is licensed in this particular chat that we're having right now. But I will say, when it comes to common sense, there's a lot of, obviously there's licensed techs who do not use their common sense. I've seen it time and time again. But typically, the things that seem like common sense to some of us nail techs is because that's stuff that you learn early on when it comes to the contact dermatitis or it comes to chemical burns. And you learn that this stuff is chemicals, you know? It's not just, oh, we just playing it for fun. And so you're right. There's a lot of people who don't think to Google certain stuff because oh, well, I saw so-and-so do it and they're fine. And unfortunately, that's just not the way to go. You cannot just go based on what you've seen on TikTok. And honestly, that's one of the places I find is the most lack of common sense when it comes to nails. And certain, like, oh, look at this and look at these hacks and look at that. It's honestly crazy. But even like on Instagram reels, you know, there's so many people that are popular for so many things and people just take what they say and run with it. And it's just unfortunate because a lot of people end up getting hurt listening to the advice of people who, as they like to tell me, well, you don't need this for that. You don't need school. This is pointless. This is that, you know. And that's why I tell people, I'm like, school was not pointless to me, although it's not a place where you're going to fully develop your skills and be 100% better. It is a place to where you can learn things and apply that knowledge to everyday situations that you're most likely going to see. And there's questions that clients are going to ask you that you will at least have that knowledge from there. But even if you're not licensed, you still have to be open to the fact of Okay, there's just some shit that you just can't be doing. And some stuff that you have to be double checking because, again, this is chemicals, okay?
Also, too, I think when you, for me, I used to go to nail shops all the time. And you see them do stuff like regular that I didn't realize till coming to you was not okay. Like if I had a split in my nail, they would just glue it and wait for the glue to dry, file it down, and then just put acrylic on it. And you'd be saying your hand is burning like hell, and you just would go with it. But now being with you, I've learned over the last couple of years, you can't do that. Just, forgo a nail and let it heal, because that stuff gets in your bloodstream. So I think probably a lot of people, logically, it's like, okay, hello, that would not be a good idea, but because you've seen it done so long, you just think it's okay.
Exactly.
Then you do it until you realize, oh, that's not okay.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. And it comes from a lot of people thinking like, well, it's like once you break it down and realize what type of creators or nail techs or whatever have like your actual best interest at heart and actually like to take care of their clients, it can be really hard to decipher like who's doing this just because, this is a hobby just to do, which is fine, and who's doing this because they're here to take care of clients, and who's doing this because they are just wanting to get a piece of the pie, because that's really what's going to determine what advice you take and listen to. Because obviously if someone is just practicing on themselves or just they only do nails on themselves, there's probably certain advice or techniques that like, okay, well maybe I wouldn't go to that person for this because they don't work on clients. I work on clients, so I need advice and a perspective from someone who also deals with clients. Not to say people who only do their own nails don't have good advice, but it's just if they don't actively work with clients, there's probably a lot of things they've never seen before,
And a lot of things they're willing to try.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of one of those situations to where it's like, well, it sounds good. It sounds like something that would work for yourself, but like there's certain shit you cannot be doing that on people. Shouldn't even be doing that on your damn self. Dark Witchy says, I'm in school currently. I also feel like TikTok conditions people to feel like, well, so-and-so did it and this works out for them. Yes, exactly.
COVID too.
Exactly. Between those things, because really, before some of these apps and before COVID, you had people that like, yeah, okay, we're going to the nail shops and stuff like that. But at least there was a boundary of like, hey, this is a profession. There's people here that do X, Y, and Z. Granted, maybe it wasn't the best or they were not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Well, and a lot of times. But at least there was some respect for the fact that like, hey, there are people that know what they're doing. And I kind of feel like now there's no boundary of, hey, this person is educated and that counts for something. Or, hey, this person has actually learned about X, Y, and Z in real life and that counts for something. Because it does. It gives you the ability to be like, come on, y'all, this is common sense. We should absolutely not be doing X, Y, and Z. But unfortunately, that piece isn't there because people think, oh, well, nails by so-and-so certified me this and the other. It's like, okay, well, unfortunately, they don't have the power to certify you and make it so that way you can actually do nails, So that was a problem. And people not understanding there's a difference between you went to go learn so-and-so's technique and went to practice with them versus like you actually have the power to make money and do these certain things in your state. People don't really care about that.
I also think too, maybe, I don't know if it came from COVID or whatever, but I feel like nowadays if you're giving somebody sound advice, they always take it as you're being a hater. And it's like, well, I'm not being a hater. I'm just trying to tell you, not that I know it all, but I have some experience because I've actually been through the actual training. And I'm trying to let you know, it's not me trying to hate on your or put salt in your game. It's just me trying to let you know these are potential dangers.
Absolutely.
If you don't follow the necessary steps and precautions, and you're setting yourself up for failure. But people
Absolutely.
take it as you're just hating on me. No, I'm trying to save you from from injury or from hurting somebody
I'm trying to save you from being sued, because people don't understand. Someone can really sue you. Like, being licensed doesn't just mean, oh, you know, so-and-so's better. That's not true, because I went to school with plenty of girls who just was flat out dirty. And just flat out not doing what they're supposed to do. And just poor attitude. And just had the lack of even wanting to learn. So it's not even about, like, licensed people are better, because you can still have the same bad habits and be licensed as someone who's completely unlicensed. But it's the fact of, like, those people, they learn the information to know better. They're just choosing not. But, like, at least having that license means that there is a little bit of protection from being sued, because, like, hey, at the very least, I at least know what I am and not supposed to be doing. So if a situation comes up where you sue me because, well, you had some sort of, I don't know, infection in your hand, I can say, actually, I did not work on that person. Here is X, Y, and Z proof. I sent her along her way and she went to somebody else. Versus if I would have worked on her because I just didn't know or didn't care, I'm liable for that person's injury. Someone, Nine Infinite Blessings, said, that's how I felt working at salons. I was always questioned if I knew what I was doing, or side-eyed because I'm not Asian when us Americans actually go to school. LOL, it's mind-blowing. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting things. And I personally worked in a salon that was a black salon. And the amount of the amount of people, even in like these salons that some like nail techs start, and it's like, oh, I have my own salon. The amount of unprofessionalism and the lack of like, even the person who was above me that I was looking up to and being mentored by, there were some times where like, I'm like, hey, are you sure about X, Y, and Z? Because, you know, I just got out of school. Like, not to diminish your knowledge, but in school we learned X, Y, and Z. And so the amount of, oh, well, no, that's not true. Like, you know, the amount of back and forth, and it had me side-eyeing. I'm like, okay, you say that you're X, Y, and Z, you care about blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know the information and you are not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And that kind of stuff freaked me out, which is probably why I would not go back into working into a salon unless I had to. Of course, because, I mean, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But I just need y'all to know, it is scary out there. I have seen scary stuff come from licensed people and unlicensed people. And all you can do for yourself, go to school so that way you at least know what to look out for. And if you're a client, look for nail techs who... I'll give you this advice. If they're licensed, they're going to say so. Because don't nobody go to the schooling and be in that type of environment for all them months. And it's not going to tell you that, yes, I got X, Y, and Z.
Or you can at least see their license.
Exactly. You want to go for people who have that background. And people who are vocal about their boundaries as far as like, this is what I do and don't work over. You know, fine to see if they have some educational posts that maybe align with some of the research that you've done. There's ways to avoid the type of situations that can lead you into situations like that girl who, granted, she burned her own self, but how about if she had done that on an actual client? Now, that would have been bad. Whether you're licensed or not, you would have been liable for that, because it's like, come on. Come on. We should know better than to have uncured products or be trying to cure gel through acrylic.
But I also wonder, you know how like if you're allergic to cats or something, every time you get around a cat you might get itchy nose or something. There's some kind of something. I wonder if there was some kind of there had to be some kind of, I don't want to say it had to, but I'm thinking in my brain there had to have been something.
Okay, that's 4 times. I'm sorry, I just knocked it again.
There should have been something that let her know something's not right, like some tingling, some kind of burning, some kind of something. And it makes me wonder, how long did those things happen that maybe she let them go ignored?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. All I know is from what the post said was that she did whatever she did, and then she was in the hospital. Like, had to go to the ER not too long after. Okay, you guys, these little hearts, I'm just going to put them back on my jar. Like, whatever falls off will fall off. Just because there's no cross-contamination with those, only just because I was just dipping with my brush. Ruby said, I'm still here just eating. Oh, don't even worry about it, boo. You are all good. Okay, so we're going to shape and file really quickly. What time is it? Look at that, 3:36. I told y'all we're going to be done well before 4:10. which is why I'm working at such a casual pace. It hasn't even been an hour and a half of this. Her appointment was actually at 12:30. We had to do a soak off, which that got done about 1:40. No, her appointment was at 12:35. We did a soak off, and that got done at about 1:41. Then we both went to the restroom. So I want to say it was probably closer to 2 o'clock when we started this process. All right. So I like to clear the table so that way I don't have no issues when I do go to file. Is this the hand I just did? No, I did this one first. Yeah.
Yeah, this one first. Did you want the one you just did? Okay.
Thank you, boo. Yeah. If y'all are new in here, wish my client happy birthday, y'all. She's supposed to go be getting some hamburgers or something. She said she's tired and she might take a nap instead. So we gonna hope that they make it to the place so she can get something to eat.
They better make sure the food is right. I'm gonna be pissy.
9 Infinite Blessings said happy birthday.
Thank you.
Okay, that was how many times did I count? I hit my head. Did I already count 5, or did I say 4? I gotta add an extra tally mark.
Yeah, you know, some of these places, they look so good when you go there and the food is nasty.
I haven't even heard of what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's the Famous Burgers and Brews. People say they're good. And I asked my sister about some other places called Buns and like Elk Grove. She said she went there, it was nasty.
Oh.
But then some people say it's good. So I'm like, see.
What did she order?
Burgers. And I don't know, she didn't tell
From
me
Buns?
Yeah, she didn't tell me exactly what was wrong with the burger, but she said they were disgusting. And
okay. 9 Infinite said, I'm waiting for the top coat. Me too.
Me too.
That's my favorite part. Brings everything together. It sure does. Y'all, these sequins are so shiny. So if you ever are like, dang, what sequins do I get? So nowadays, most of the sequins are all the same. But back when I first started doing nails, you could get sequins that like the monomer would melt them. So you'd have to top coat them. Yes, a whole process. You'd have to like lay everything down and then top coat them and then lay down the clear. So previously, you'd have to make sure that the sequins were laser cut. And that's what these are. That's why they have so much like shine and stuff to that, because they're laser cut. Nowadays, it really doesn't matter because they're all pretty much going to be that way because things have improved over time. But if you ever wonder why, like, dang, these are melting, these are what? Because they're probably not laser cut.
You have great skill that you probably don't have to do extra filing to make sure it's flat.
Oh, yeah. Y'all want to see from the side? So this is what they look like before filing. Since she pointed that out, y'all can see. Let's see. I know it's hard to see. Y'all can see they already look pretty smooth before we doing this. So she is not wrong. And you guys can see the cuticle areas is sitting pretty good. Now, it can be hard with encapsulation because when I know when I first started, it would be hard to get the clear everywhere because obviously it's clear. So just, take your time. Make sure you look close because if you don't, you're going to have gapping in areas and it's going to increase the chances of water and moisture getting in. And it's just going to make the nail look grown out. You don't want that. So we do our best to get as close as possible. Okay, we do our best to get as close as possible with the acrylic. So flawless, don't even have to go back over it. Thank you. That's from 9 Infinite Blessings. Now, I will point out that I've seen a lot of people that have been doing nails all through COVID, and maybe they feel like they don't have the skill set they thought they would. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's because after a while, practicing on fake hands and dolls is not enough. The only way you're going to get these type of skills is you have to practice on a lot of people and do nails like all the time. So do not be discouraged if your work isn't quite like this, especially if you just do nails as a hobby. Because People will not tell you this because they act like you just getting good at nails in 3 months. That's a motherfucking lie. It takes at least a solid 1.5 years of taking clients on a regular basis. And I'm talking about at least a couple times a week, if not at least 5 clients or more a week, to be able to gain the type of skill set that you're probably looking for. So if you're not in that position to where you're doing that, or you even have the desire to do that, just don't be surprised if it takes you double or even triple the time. So I'm just gonna throw that out there. And this is gonna sound weird too, but like the less of other people's content you consume, the better that you will get. Yes, acrylic, you have to be consistent. A fake hand isn't the same as holding a real hand and how that feels and you can move it. That's absolutely correct. Which is why, like, when I was in school, it was good to practice on, in school, but like when I would go home, I would find somebody to practice on, because the cuticles are not set up like that. There's so many different variations and types of hands, types of nails, it's so much, y'all, so much.
And the fake hand ain't gonna bend against what you're grabbing.
Absolutely. Dark, what you said, yes, consistency is key. So, if y'all like the type of gems I'll be dropping, I encourage you to subscribe and follow me on Instagram, because I really do mean this advice, like, from my heart. Because when I first started doing nails, it was not all this. There was nobody that was, going live and doing nails. We had about maybe 3 YouTubers that did nails at the time. And so, from seeing the lack of what was there when I first started, I try to be that for somebody else. So, and tell y'all really the truth, because like I said, I kind of do nails the more OG way. And I be telling people the truth. For real.
I've learned that a few times with no nails, because you...
Oh, yeah. And when she first started coming to me, we was going back and forth a little bit. Not even in a bad way, but she just wouldn't fucking listen. So, yeah, she had a couple of times where,
I think I did, like a home soak off twice.
Uh-huh.
By myself. And then I think a couple once or twice I went too long without a fill.
Yeah.
And
yeah, because, so, fun fact, she was not starting out with Ducky. She started out with Coffin. And then she would go 4 weeks, and I would tell her, like, okay, I think Coffin may be a little bit too thin of a shape for you and your lifestyle. So it took a couple times, but yeah, then she did that home soak off. And then I was like, do not come back for a month because you fucked up, bad. You fucked up. So then when she came back, we discussed doing square. I said, yeah, I think that will be a better fit for you and your lifestyle, because also every shape isn't for everybody, y'all. So, and I told her, I said, okay, but I also think you need to be going 3 weeks instead of 4, because of how your nails grow. They grow a little bit on the faster side. And at that point, you need to get a fill or a new set, right? Boom. Do you think she listened?
No.
She sure the hell did not. She was still coming at 4 weeks. It's like, oh man, I got broken nails. And then I think one of the times you broke a nail that broke your real nail. Mm-hmm. And so when we soaked you down, I was like, you got to take a break for at least like 2 weeks. Boom. She came back. She's like, okay. Now, we're going to go a little bit shorter. She's like, I want to try duck nails. I said, okay, but you still need to do 3 weeks. She still did not do 3 weeks. And then she decided to do another home soak off. And I'm like, at this point, we're into a new year. Okay? Months had gone by. And when she did that home soak off, right? Because what would happen is she would book 3 weeks, but then she would push it back another week. That's what was happening. Because of kids. And so she came in for that appointment, and I said, now what the hell have you done to your nails? She's like, oh, what? I soaked off. I said, you've done too much. You've gone past the point of a soak off. Your nails are so tender and red that, like, and it was all the way almost up to the cuticle. And I'm asking, like, okay, so how did you do the soak off? Like, what happened? Like, yeah. And so we came to the conclusion. I said, look, this is going to take 3 months. Because you have messed up damn near to the cuticle. Like, so you're going to have to regrow majority of your nail. She's like, oh, what? And I told her, I said, I'm also going to tell you, even if 3 months pass, do not come back if you're not finna come at 3 weeks like you're supposed to. And she was like, oh, really? And honestly, ever since then, she do not skip a beat. She be 3 weeks on the dot.
Well, now I because my nails were going faster.
Yeah, so now instead of like, because she would do fills before, but we got to a point in her pregnancy, because before, when she first started coming, she wasn't pregnant. But we got to a point in her pregnancy to where I was noticing certain things, like her growth speed was like faster. So I told her, I said, I don't think you're gonna be able to do fills no more, because even at 3 weeks, the amount of growth that you're having is just a lot. Like, you're gonna have lifting and they're getting too long, you know. So yeah, this is okay. That's 6 times I didn't hit the camera. So yep, that's been our journey together.
And I still think that duckies, I should have did them earlier.
Yeah, they work well for you. They do. So if you guys didn't know, duckies are very stable. You're almost, I'm not gonna say never, but it's gonna be very difficult for you to break a duck nail, because they're so wide and they're so stable. So like, the wider the nail, the more surface area, which means the way that the like, if you get hit, like the way that the nail takes the hit, the shock is absorbed differently, because it's like spread out wider rather than just in one little area, if that makes sense to y'all. So for people who have very active lifestyles, sometimes this is a very good set for them to have, just because of how the weight into the nail is distributed.
And I get to use the corners to grab things that I couldn't use
Yeah,
a coffin nail for. So.
that's true. And it doesn't feel too different from square, to be honest.
They definitely are cuter though.
Yeah, it's become her go-to, and then we get to have like twinsy stuff. Dark, what you said, I don't think I ever broke a ducky nail. It's hard, unless it has to be a significant amount of force. I had a client, she broke one the other day because her son, he was doing too much with the basketball, and the way it kind of bent, it just didn't go well, but it ended up cracking her real nail. So that's what I mean, like, they are very stable, and so like, if something breaks, it's not gonna be good.
No. And I have boys that like to jump off of stuff and run places, and I have to take off at a full speed and snatch a jacket or arm or something, and that's how I end up getting jacket.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, Riri's back. Hey, boo. I'm just doing the last little touches. So even though like the surface is very smooth, I always still go over, because you just never know. Like, sometimes once you file the apex, now the apex is sitting in a way that oh, what the hell? Oh shit, I didn't accidentally file the corner away. Sometimes the apex sits in a way that may not be complementary to the rest of the nail, so you want to just make sure that you always go over. There we go. For that reason, just to blend down the apex and the rest of the nail. Ruby said, yes, ma'am. I had to eat something right quick. Listen, that's going to be me soon. I'm trying to figure out. I don't know what it's going to be, but. Oh, you know what? I have some almonds here. Like, that do not sound like a meal, but like, it's a cool snack. Because my thing is, unless I have like a certain amount of time at work, I would just rather like go to the end and then go home so I can eat something really good. And I could be butt naked and watch the TV. What'd you eat? Because now I'm just being nosy. Because me and my client, we want to know. All right. Boop, boop. Oh, I can't wait to top coat these. Oops. Okay, perfect. So if y'all don't be measuring the nails like before you do them and then after, you're missing out, because that's the only way to find out if they're even. I know people be having like, oh, you can use the magnets, you can use this and the other, but I'm telling y'all, it's nothing like, go back and measure, because after filing and stuff, they could end up being uneven, or anything could happen, you know. So sometimes, like, if you're struggling with the apex area and you file it, you're like, why is it not sitting how I want to? Sometimes it's because you just need to go over and file it. Because the way that the drill bit is shaped is good for some things, but like this has so much surface area that it blends down a lot of lumpiness and bumpiness. So that's why I always use the hand file as well. Because sometimes the e-file can create more lumps and bumps than what you would like. Like, not purposely, but it's shaped like a barrel, you know? Oh, baby. I wonder if it's still raining out there.
It was raining when I was coming in.
Same.
I think it's supposed to rain all day until, like, I think even until Thursday.
Yeah, I saw something that it was supposed to rain until, like, Wednesday or something. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, boom. We check from that way. And then afterwards, because we do not want the tips to be very thick, okay? I go under and I go enhance the C curve. Now, baby, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not one of them curves. I'm not one of them techs that cares about the moon curve. I'm not personally cutting into the nail. I don't think it's very attractive. That's just not my style. And I don't have any clients that have ever asked for that. Like, I guess if somebody asked, maybe I would, but I just ain't that type of tech, you know what I'm saying? How long have you been doing nails for? So since I've been licensed, this will be my 6th year. But, you know, dabbling in doing nails, I think the oldest post that I have found is 2017. That's crazy. And I didn't even realize that I knew 2018 for sure, but I was like, oh wow, I didn't even realize 2017, wow. Oh wow, that's a long time. Thank you. Appreciate it. That's why I be saying, like, you know, I feel like I'm kind of OG. Like, I feel like an actual OG is like 10 years, so I'm not quite there. But like, I feel like it's been long enough that I do know what I be talking about. And because I've been doing nails before COVID, I know what it's like to not have to go by trends and how to just do your work per the style that you have as a tech. Like, don't try and like blend your style with this person's style and this person's style, because, you know, even though you feel like, oh, you know, I stand out because, you know, this is viral and that's viral, you actually blend in a lot. And nobody will be able to tell your work from the next person's work if you're not careful. I've only been doing mines for a few months now. That's okay, Riri. Listen, everything counts. It's never too late.
No.
Never too late. Shit. That shit sharp as hell. Okay, look at that, y'all. It's 3:55. I told y'all we was gonna be finished before 4:10. All right. I'm glad you like them. Non-Infinite says, I've been licensed since 2016, doing it on and off. You know what? That's an OG. Good for you, Infinite Blessings, because that's what I aspire to be, doing nails for that type of period of time, being licensed. You almost 10 years deep with that license. I love it. Now, I have done like nail conferences and things like that. I've spoken at a couple of conferences, given workshops. So I really aspire to continue to do that. It kind of saddens me. He said, woo, great work in record time. Well, I appreciate it. Although this is not record time. It's actually on time. I appreciate it though. So yeah, I like to keep helping people and keep giving back to my industry. It just sucks that the industry itself is so lackadaisical on the opportunities for people who are licensed and being able to show the knowledge that some of us have. It used to like mean something, but kind of now it don't. So that's why I say, you know, I'm trying to make some stuff happen on my own, but it is hard, girl. It is really hard, because when you're not like a person that has like a lot of popularity, you know, like my Instagram following is still under 10,000. My YouTube following is under 50,000. So it's like people don't quite give you the chance that you might could flourish with, if that makes sense. So we trying, y'all. I want to hear this. I seen this guy, his like little tutorials be popping up every now and then. Now he had on some like duck nails or whatever. He was trying to tell people like, these are not duck nails, these are bell nails. He's like, you see how they're like a little bit less flared? I'm like, what? No one says that, man. You just did that yourself. Like, I mean, I guess, but
people always trying to change stuff.
I'm like, nobody is going to ask for bell nails. They're gonna ask for flare or duck.
Which would be nice if they call them platypus though.
Now you know, don't nobody not gonna want. Can I get the platypus special? Now if they advertise as that, I don't know how many people would want it. Although, you know, people have referred to my nails as shovels.
Oh my god.
On YouTube. Like, wow. Why don't you go dig some dirt with them shovels? I was like, oh, okay, damn. Hating ass.
I'm wondering how people wipe their butt with nails.
I just shovel it right out of my ass with these nails, clearly.
I've seen something where somebody said, oh no, I have an assistant for that.
Woo. Wiggle wiggle. Okay though. So like, you know, when you do your last once over, just do your inspections. Not if it says I only have 125 on YouTube. I only do YouTube shorts though, not yet into videos. I'll be honest with you, when I first started doing YouTube, because I've been on YouTube for like a lot of years, okay, like literally the last decade, and I've been doing nail content since 2019, like here and there, really since I don't know, 2020, 2021. And I will tell you, doing shorts is not a bad thing. I actually found a lot more success with shorts than long-term videos. I mean, long length videos, and I think it's because of how it shoots out the videos. You can come into contact with a lot of people that way, you know, like your chances of people seeing your videos increase. And I don't mind, like, it's not if you only did shorts, don't be mad about that. There's tons of channels that only do shorts, and I'm actually realizing that, like, you know, although I do like the longer length videos, a lot of people do not watch my longer length videos all the time. A lot of my views comes from shorts, and you know, hopefully over time people will watch my lives more. But you know, don't feel like you have to do one thing or the other. So y'all know we like to buff the nails. See, look at this. It's 4 o'clock. Riri said I only do shorts right now, but it's only memes I post. It all counts. I'll tell you right now, it all counts. Listen, see, look at that. It's 4 o'clock. So we always buff. Dark, what you said, I feel like I only get recommended shorts right now. Yeah, it is very popular thing. It's a very easy format, and it works. So hey, so we always buff. Not only is this a process, like it's part of the process period, but it reduces the appearance of scratches from the file and all this little stuff underneath. If you've ever had trouble getting rid of that, go in with the file. Okay, see, there's like a little disconnect here. I'm gonna go ahead in and file that. And if you didn't know, sometimes duct tips fits a little weird just because of how they're made. So sometimes, and this is for people like even with regular tips, if they have wider nails, sometimes you got to do a little finessing in certain areas. Majority of my subs are form shorts. Absolutely same. One of them hit 15K. That's really good. Congratulations, Riri. It ain't easy to be getting them type of views. Said 9 Infinite said, damn, nice. Yeah, if you guys, okay, here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so I'm gonna give her a brush. She's gonna wash. So if you guys like to continue, you're welcome, boo, talking and like being further part of the community that I'm trying to grow, because I'm definitely trying to reach an audience of people who do appreciate the educational aspect. It's really a hit or miss, to be honest. Yeah, honestly, it's depending on what the nature of the content is, and as well as what the title is. Shorts are just easier for me. I have 9 kids. My time is limited. Hey, listen, I don't even got no kids, and my time is limited, so I understand. But yeah, if you're a person that is very much interested in being part of like a community of nail techs and clients and just different things like that, like I said, I have a girl, what's it called? Not a dashboard. What is that shit called? A broadcast channel on my on my nail page, Nails by Pretty Face. You can join my my channel, my whatever, and we be having all types of conversations. We be in there kicking it. It'd be my clients, it'd be other nail techs, it'd be me, and I definitely suggest that you go ahead and join if you're a person that likes to you know, connect with the channels and the people that you be watching. Shoot. Top coat time. Hey, absolutely. And I think it's 4:05, so we just in time. We're gonna take these pictures. Wow, 9 kids. God bless y'all for real, okay?
Ooh. I'm 5 behind you.
Right? Yeah, my client is about to have her 4th, and she already like, let's see how this goes.
Shoot, no. I don't think.
And she said, thank you. So this is about the time that you would notice if you made any mistakes. This is where it will be shown, because the top coat would expose actually what is the acrylic and what is not, like in the cuticles. Yeah. Oh, congrats. Riri said 4. Yes, my client is 4 deep. This pregnancy is going to be her 4th. Is she finally getting a girl?
Yes.
And she's hoping that she's not going to be as rough as the boys, but honestly, we're unsure.
Yeah, I know.
We are unsure.
She'll probably beat them up.
Hopefully, give them a taste of their own medicine.
Yep. Oh yeah, those are really
Right? They're like the same set I have, but like a little different. Yeah. So you guys can see the silver and the gold balance out well. Don't let nobody tell you you can't put silver and gold together. I am an advocate of mix them metals. Okay, as you see fit. Sometimes gold has its moments. Sometimes silver has its moments. And sometimes both together is a vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh wee! Look at that! Look at that! So for those of you who are interested in like furthering what you got going on, if y'all need help with French tips, I got a class on Tuesday virtual that I'm doing through Instagram video chat for $10. And that should be good. Hopefully we get people that actually sign up though. I'm not gonna lie, because I feel like every time I do classes, like people be asking me like, when's your next class? When's your next class? And then, you know, they be catting off. So I'm like, y'all, come on. Y'all pissing me off. Blocking off this time. But yeah, I have that coming up. If for those of you guys who need any help with French tips, you can go into my, I think my story actually has the link in the instructions. Or you can go on my Instagram page and click the link to get to my actual website, and then find the booking page. Go to classes and sign up. There's only 7 spots though. So just know that it is very limited. And this is virtual. I think it's at like 1:30 my time. So if you're on the East Coast or in the Midwest, that's probably gonna be like 3 to 4 p.m. or something. So that's the other thing. I feel like it's kind of hard because the people who actually keep up with me in that way is in a whole different time zone. So, but I figure, I'm like, okay, if y'all be active at this time of day, it must be a decent time. It's 7:07 p.m. for me. Riri only has 1 child. Oh, I had 5 girls before I had my first boy. Baby girl gonna have them boys wrapped around her little finger.
Ooh, that's 5.
Here you go. Okay.
Yeah, these are cute.
I'm so glad you like them. So we're gonna finish off with this oil, and then I gotta bounce up out of here because our next client is gonna be here. I need to make sure I get my pictures. And she had her soak off, so we do not want her to be looking ashy in these photos. I'm not gonna disrespect her like that. Boom. So this is the final result. Can y'all see that? I'm gonna bring it close. Let's flip it this way. Final result. Final result. Let me know what you guys think. You guys don't forget to subscribe, follow me, all of that good stuff. 9 Infinite Blessings says I love them. I'm so glad you guys love them. Riri says so pretty. Listen, if y'all want to keep talking with me, y'all can go over to Instagram, because I got a next client and we got some more work to do. Don't forget to turn your notifications on for all my shit, because y'all, I be active on social media, and I talks back with the people who talks to me. Okay, so see you guys in the next one. I appreciate y'all. Y'all look weird ducky twins. Mine's is looking kind of old, but that's okay. Period. See you guys in the next one.